This just in, Aleister's been caught allegedly cheating on his psychic family. We have the exclusive interview tonight on Yu-Gi-Oh's TMZ. Time Wizard, Meta, Zelantis? Thank you, Zelantis.
Yeah, so we looked past his misconduct after he hooked up with the Golden Lord, but we knew that was just some gold digging. We even forgave him after he helped those prank people win that YCS out of nowhere. But now we know he was manipulating us to supplement his own engine because we didn't need a normal summon. But we've moved past him and built our own normal summon. Meet Girsu.
Please stop impersonating me.
This guy has everything we needed. A foolish, a column, an extender. More than Aleister could ever provide us.
One day I'll become a giant robot centaur that will destroy the world.
And here we catch Aleister slotting himself into yet another deck. In all reality, it's just another Snake-Eye deck, but you get to do the meme. You get the Normal Summon Aleister. 2017 is back, baby, because we have 3 Aleister the Invoker, 2 Invocation, and 3 Magical Meltdown. Probably cut Invocation down to 1. It's more of a pure Snake-Eye variant, but that's still nice to have. It's also discard target if needs be. Then you have 2 Flameburst Dragon. Again, it's more of a pure Snake-Eye. And you have 3 Diabellstar. She's just your starter. Like, if you don't know how to play Snake-Eye, she is one of your best starters. Followed by 3 Ash. Ash is great as it's not only when it's normal summon, adds level 1 fire. Ta-da! I wonder what that level 1 fire is. Oh, it's Poplar, because when he's at it, he special summons and he does a bunch of stuff, goes into the back row, all that fun stuff. And I'll show you some combos on how to play him later. It'll be a little bit in the video. Then you have Oak, just 1. You don't really need anymore. It's kind of like just a little bit of a worse Ash, but he's there. The reason you're not playing Birch is because Birch is on your opponent's turn its effect can activate, so it's kind of If you really think you need to, then you can definitely play it. Followed by that, you have 1 original Sinful Spoils. You only really need 1 of it, but it's just kind of what you set off of Diabellstar if you don't open it. Then you have 3 Wanted. 3 Wanteds, you know, again, another starter. You have starter, and normal summon. This deck is full of starters plus extenders plus everything else it needs to be. Then I also am playing 1 of the temples. It's mostly to put Flamberge in the back row. It helps you not only have a face-up spell trap to remove if you need for like Ash or Oak or something like that. Flamberge Dragon, let's say your opponent Nibiru's you can then special summon him out. Then I'm playing the Bystial package. Bystials still pretty good. They're hand trap / draw engine / just removal, all that fun stuff. That's why I'm playing 1 regained. You could play the trap if you really want to. I wouldn't recommend it. You want this more of a draw engine. If you really don't want to play it, then you probably want to slot in the Superheavy Samurai engine. You don't need your normal summon for it. Yes, it's a scale, but the only thing you're really pendulum summoning out is Witch. You don't need her for that. So for the Superheavy Samurai engine, you mostly use it as a synchro engine, especially if you open up Bike. You could, if you want, just cut Wakaushi to like 2 because you kind of want to open him. Wakaushi and Booster to go at Excel and Excel into Baron, and there you go. You also have an Omni negate before Summon 4. No, on Summon 4, sorry. If we do get it, we don't have it right now, but you can play Infernal Flame Banshee. In Master Duel, she's just kind of the bonfire at home, so you don't have to drop 3 URs on 3 bonfires, because bonfires is gonna be pretty nuts, especially with Poplar. You can use this engine to make bonfire at home if needs be. Following that, you have to play the Maxi Tax. It's just needed, unfortunately. Then I have the Maxi Tax. Honestly, you kind of have to play it. It's Master Duel, you have to do it, unfortunately. But if you're playing the TCG, I'd probably say 3 cross out, either Ash or Droll, and then like 3 bonfire. But that's if you can afford this deck in the TCG. It's pretty pricey right now. God hope we get them reprints quickly. Onto the extra deck, I am playing 1 Link Kribo. It's part of the combo with Poplar. It's also how you make another card in a little bit. 1 Magistus, you use Magistus with Aleister to go into Makaba. It's also how you can send her to the graveyard with Witch or Original Sinful. 1 IP, just part of the combo. She's Cybers too. That'll also be important. She's going to be what you put in the back row. It's how you go into like Appaloosa and stuff like that. Or SP when we finally get her, and she's going to be everywhere. Then we have a Hita and a Dark because Snake-Eye is everywhere. And you kind of have to play it. And I hear stealing someone else's Witch is quite good. Then following up, you have 1 Sunlight Wolf. Sunlight Wolf is just so you can add follow-up and go into Heatsoul. So Heatsoul you can't normally make. Use Sunlight Wolf plus Masquerena or Link Kribo to make Heatsoul, so you can go with like 6 or 7 cards by the beginning of your opponent's turn, and you'll have 8 cards on their turn kind of thing. It's just crazy. It's another option if you need to. Plus you'll have your full back row set up, and I'll show that combo off in a little bit. Celine, because spellcasters, wow. Followed by that, the Promethean Princess line. You know, you got her because you're playing fire, Zamble Whale because it's Zamble Whale, Access Code because it's Access Code, and 1 Appaloosa because you can set up a sticky board plus Appaloosa. I hear that's pretty good. Then you have 1 Purgatrio. Funny enough, in the mirror match, if you're going up against Snake-Eye, Purgatrio is a hell of a card, I hear. If your opponent does not out it, or say you use Invocation to banish your opponent's Promethean Princess, it's just a game ender right there. Most of the time they won't be able to stop you, and you can usually just hit for so much damage, especially because all these guys are little weenies when they're summoned. Then you have 1 Agades. It's like if something gets out, you can start popping stuff. It's just more of a long term if it turns into a grind game kind of card. And then the Makaba because it's Makaba. And I'll let you decide what you want to like switch out if you want to play the super heavy package. And then also in the side deck I have Birch, Sinful Spoil Subversion, and 1 Sinful Spoil Betrayal Silvera. If you were to play them, like cut some cards from, I would 100% understand, but I wouldn't make them more than 1 of each. Silvera is weird as it's a trap that just perma negates something, but it's also kind of awkward because this is more of a combo deck that's going to set up a bunch of disruptions, not negates. This isn't a negate deck. This is a popping / endless resource and endless conga line of a-holes. Pretty much best way to explain it. And then you also have Subversion. It's okay, just pushes something to the back row. It's not an extender, it's just like a turn 3 card or going a second card. And this deck, you want to go first if you can. If you can't, then oh no. You usually play through it. Snake-Eyes is one of those decks, is like, it's not as powerful as Terror Element, but like full power Terror Element, but it's as sticky as full power Terror Element. Like you start getting rid of stuff and they're just gonna keep looping their stuff. So that's something, like, if it helps, but if you're going into the mirror match and you push something to the back row, they're just gonna summon themselves back. And following that, I'm going to go on to the replay. So I have 2 of them for you. One's going to be the basic board that is also going to play around Nibiru kind of thing, even though you'll have an Omni Negate for Nibiru. And then I'm going to show you how to do the Decode Docker Heatsoul line, and I'll give you the rundown on that line. So you can end with probably more hand traps, because if you need to, you can swap these out for hand traps. But you also kind of want a body on the board. That's kind of another reason to help you with the Heatsoul line. So here we have the standard hand, like just one card for each engine kind of thing, and then several dead cards. Honestly, you could probably do the entire combo with just Wanted alone if needs be, except you won't have the Makaba negate. That would just be playing pure Snake-Eye at that point. Regardless, we'll start with 1 Meltdown for Aleister. Aleister will get you Invocation. Ta-da! Then you go into Artemis. Then you get Diabellstar send Artemis, that's just really important. Diabellstar will then set original Sinful Spoil, Invocation, get the Makaba out. So now before that was 1, 2, 3, 4. By summon 4, you'll have Makaba and then have an Omni or a monster negate, so you won't make Nibiru. Regardless, you go back, ta-da, send out Diabellstar for Ash. Ash will get you Popular. Popular will special summon. Add you the field spell. Go into Link Kribo, Poplar, go to the back row, send those 2, get Oak, get back Ash, or you can get Popular, it doesn't matter. Send those 2, get Flamberge, those 2 in IP. This Flamberge to special summon out 2, go into Promethean Princess, summon out Flamberge, put IP back into the back row. So you use the Snake-Eye field spell to put Flamberge in the back row. So when your opponent special summons Nibiru, then you get to summon out Flamberge and pretty much do the whole combo regardless, plus whatever else was in the back row. So with that, you'll just also go into Amblo Whale. It's just kind of a very standard play. Then you use that, draw a card. It's going to be Invocation, deck stack. So your opponent normal or special summon something, you can use the field spell, summon out the other Flamberge. There you go. Then you'll have IP. You can use one of the Flamberges to summon out IP, all 4 of them, or all 3 of them, into Appaloosa will then get you like three negates right there, plus all of that. Plus you'll get 2 more cards. You can also summon out Link Kribo if needs be. Then you also have Promethean Princess. You can then pop Ambler Whale and special summon herself. So you have all these disruptions plus follow-up plus more, like all within, 2 cards effectively. Plus you'll have the Macabre negate, so if something does go wrong or they try to like blow up your back row or something like that, you'll probably have like a spell to negate it, so you can protect from there. Regardless, honestly, it's it's very sticky board. This is the first one. Let's get on to the second one. This variant is going to be pretty much the same thing, but more of the Heatsoul line. And then I've also given myself an extender just to show what would happen if you had some form of additional extender on top of Meltdown. First, gonna start doing the normal thing, get Aleister, the Normal Summon Aleister, get the invocation, go into Artemis, get the Witch, send off Artemis. There you go. Get set original Sinful Spoils. And you summon out Macabre, shuffle it back so you still have Monster Protection. Rebellion for Pizza Hut. Send off Witch, get Ash. Ash will then add you the evil Muppet himself, Poplar. And you special summon out Poplar. Poplar will then get you the field spell Pizza Hut, summon himself out. He's then going to switch out for Rebellion. Okay, and now that you got Branded Regain, you're gonna then go use Ash to send off him in the field spell. Oak's gonna special summon out Ash again, go into Link Kribo, get out Flamberge, those 2 into IP. Then you get Flamberge to summon out any 2, doesn't matter. Use Promethean Princess effect to summon back out Flamberge, activate field spell, get the dragon back. Then you're gonna link into Sunlight Wolf, use Link Kribo to tribute to summon to add back Oak, or to put Oak in the background, and then add Ash so you have follow-up for next turn. Then you can use summon to Heatsoul because you had 2+ Cyberse monsters. I also forgot to activate original Sinful Spoil, wanted to shuffle back original Sinful Spoil. So with this, you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in hand, plus what you're going to add with the Pizza Hut, so 7 cards in hand by the end phase, plus you'll have these guys to special summon back. You can then summon out IP Masquerena, use Field Spell to summon out like Oak or something like that, get all of the whole play going again, draw another card on your opponent's turn so you're digging for more hand traps, more follow-up, more blowout if needs be. Plus you'll have Macabre negates, you'll have IP or Link Kribo stuff, all sorts of really good stuff. You still also have Promethean Princess that you can use to summon herself out by popping probably one of the little guys that Flamberge summons out when you link off with IP. You can also go into Appaloosa again, all sorts of good stuff. This deck is very amazing, very sticky. It's not linear, but it also does have a start point at least. So it does have a very standard start point, and then you can bridge off from there. So this deck is a lot of fun. It starts very linearly, but then it branches off into a million different directions from whatever you can think your mind can take you. This deck can link into whatever. It doesn't Xeno lock you very hard. Just Promethean Princess kind of Xeno locks you mostly. You do want to make sure that you have a fire to go into if she is on the field. Double check with that one. Usually Hita is going to be your fallback if needs be. The deck is unfortunately very expensive. Like and same with Flamberge. It's very expensive, unfortunately, especially if you put the super heavy samurai stuff in it, but it is a lot of fun and you can very easily turbo yourself up to master if you need to. This deck is really good, and since it doesn't need a normal summon, Aleister's right there. The only thing you want to remember is if you do play a super heavy one, Aleister has to be normal summoned. You cannot pen summon out into Aleister to hope it goes off unless you already hard open the invocation. Regardless, this deck is a lot of fun to play. I would recommend you check it out and try it in Master Duel. I'm still trying to build it, trying to grind for those gems, because I don't have a lot of money to drop on this. If you have any other ideas or any other options that you think I should put into the deck or that you were playing with it, let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to give it a like and a subscribe. And thank you again, demons, and I hope to see you in the next video.